Hello everyone, my name is MHz and welcome to the fifth part in the Slimefun tutorial series. So today we will be talking about GPS networks. So to get started with the GPS network, you will need a GPS control panel. To make a GPS control panel, you will need two cobalt ingots, one advanced circuit board, one electromagnet, and three aluminum brass ingots. Just pop this off from over there and put this down here, and we right click, you can see we get this interface. And if you hover over this GPS control panel icon, you can see the network info, and it says status offline, complexity 0. So the complexity is basically how advanced your GPS system is. Certain machines require a certain amount of complexity, and it will also affect the performance of some machines. And the status offline just means that we don't have enough power, or that we just don't even have a network set up. So to fix that, you will need a GPS transmitter. To make a GPS transmitter, you will need 4 steel ingots, one electric motor, one advanced circuit board, and one electromagnet. There are 4 tiers to it. You can upgrade this one to an advanced GPS transmitter, to carbon radio GPS transmitter, and to an energized GPS transmitter. They all just increase the amount of complexity that you will get. But I think we can go with the normal GPS transmitter for now. And now the amount of complexity that you will get from one GPS transmitter will depend on how high up you are. So as you can see, I have a platform up there, and if you just come up here, as you can see, I have a simple energy network set up, and we are at the build limit. So now we can just put this GPS transmitter down here, get some fuel to fuel our combustion reactors, and now we're getting power, and this means that the GPS transmitter will also be powered. So if we were to go down now and access this GPS control panel again, as you can see, we have one GPS transmitter showing up here, and our network is online, and it has a complexity of 254. So now we're going to talk about the GPS Geo Scanner. The GPS Geo Scanner is made in an enhanced crafting table by combining 3 electromagnets, 2 steel ingots, and 1 electric motor. And the GPS Geo Scanner scans your junk for natural resources such as oil or nether ice. To use it, you just have to put it down and right click. But as you can see, it says insufficient GPS network complexity. You don't have a GPS network set up yet, or B, your GPS network is not complex enough. So our problem is right now that our GPS network isn't complex enough. So to fix that, I'm just gonna take one advanced GPS transmitter from here, go up here, and plop it down right here. So now we're gonna get a more complex GPS network, which means that we should be able to use the GPS geoscanner now. Yep, as you can see, this current chunk has 17 buckets of oil, which is actually pretty good, and obviously no nether ice, because nether ice is found in the nether. So that's how you can use the GPS geoscanner. Now, the GPS geoscanner is needed for oil, like I said, and nether ice. So to get oil, you will need an oil pump. It's made using 4 steel ingots, 1 medium energy capacitor, 1 electric motor, and 1 bucket. And now you need to geoscan the chunk that you want to mine oil or pump oil first. So we have already scanned this chunk, which means that we can just put the oil pump down here and right click, put in a bucket, and as you can see, it's slowly starting to pump the oil. Or it will if we had energy hooked up to this machine. And the same goes for the nether drill. You just have to use it in the nether, and it's made using 4 lead ingots, 1 big energy capacitor, 1 oil pump, 2 reinforced plates, and 1 power crystal. So now that we have talked about one of the functionalities of a GPS network, which is mining for resources, we get to talk about the waypoints and even teleporting. So to set up a waypoint, you will need the GPS marker tool. It's made using 1 electromagnet, 2 lapis lazuli, 2 redstone, 1 redstone alloy ingot, and 1 basic circuit board. And to set up a waypoint, you can just go anywhere you want to, put down the GPS marker tool, type the name for your waypoint in chat. I'm just gonna call it tutorial. And now if we go to the GPS control panel, click on waypoint overview, we can see that the tutorial waypoint has been added with coordinates and even the world if you have multiple worlds on a server. And don't mind these, we're going to talk about them in just a second. And to delete waypoint, you can just click on it and it's gone. So yeah, that's the GPS marker tool. Another way to set up waypoints is by using a GPS emergency transmitter. It's made using 1 electromagnet, 1 GPS transmitter, and 1 essence of the afterlife. And carrying this in your inventory automatically sets a waypoint at your location when you die. So if you just die, and access the GPS control panel, as you can see, death point. It tells the time and also the time when you died, and also the coordinates for it. So it's pretty useful when you are on a long trip and haven't been really checking your coordinates, so you don't lose all of your really cool Slimefun and non-Slimefun stuff. But it's kind of expensive, so if you're just using a waypoint mod, there's no need for a GPS emergency transmitter. So now we finally get to talk about the GPS teleporters. So the first component you will need for a GPS teleporter system is a GPS teleporter pylon. A GPS teleporter pylon is made using 4 zinc ingots, 4 glass, and 1 heating coil. This is a crafting item, but it's also used for setting up a GPS teleportation pad. So another thing you will need is a GPS teleporter matrix. It's made using 4 GPS teleporter pylons, 2 reinforced alloy, 2 electromagnets, and 1 GPS control panel. And it's the centerpiece of a GPS teleportation pad. And now the last thing you will need for a GPS teleportation system is a GPS activation device. There are 2 types of it. One is shared and one is private or personal. Shared one is made using 1 stone pressure plate, 2 redstone, 1 GPS transmitter, 4 billion ingots. And a personal one is made using 2 cobalt ingots and 2 lead ingots, and 1 GPS activation device, a shared one to be exact. So the shared one can be used by everyone, but the personal one can only be used by you. And it's the final part of a GPS teleportation pad. So to set up a GPS teleportation pad, you'll need 4 teleporter pylons, sorry, not 4, 8, around a GPS teleportation matrix. And on top of the matrix, you'll need to place down either a shared GPS activation device or a private one or personal. And as you can see, we have these waypoints set up here. and if you just come on the GPS interpretation activation device, we can choose from different waypoints to teleport to, and you can also have a death point that you can teleport to. So you can see that there's time, GPS teleportation time, and the time actually decreases with the complexity of your GPS system going up. So if you have a really complex GPS system, you can teleport to really far away places pretty fast. So we have a few waypoints. I'm gonna show how it works now. So we can just teleport to the energy tutorial area from the last video. Now there's gonna be a title that says teleporting and percentages, some percentages running, and as you can see, we got teleported. And this is just the energy tutorial area from before. And now I forgot that we have no way to get back. Well, this is sad. So the last item we will be talking about in this tutorial is the elevator plate. An elevator plate is made using 2 pistons, 1 electric motor, 3 aluminum bronze ingots, and 1 stone pressure plate. And what it does is pretty self-explanatory. It's just an elevator. So if you just go onto an elevator plate, the blocks around it and under it don't matter. You can basically have it up anywhere. So if you just go on the pressure plate, we can choose from different floors. And I'm gonna go to floor 0, and as you can see, we get teleported up here. And you can just go back down again, just like this. And if we want to change the name of the floor, we can just right click on the elevator pad and just click on the floor name. You can call it like floor 1. And as you can see, if we come on the pressure plate, it says floor 1 and floor 0. And that's it for this tutorial. It was a bit of a shorter one, but I just wanted to get over with the GPS networks because they have some nifty features, but they're kind of boring, to be honest. Like, just getting to GPS transmitters is really grindy. But once you have enough complexity to set up a GPS interpretation system, it gets pretty fun, especially if you're playing on a pretty vanilla server without any teleportation or anything, like set homes. But yeah, thanks for watching. Leave a like if you liked the video. Don't leave a like if you didn't. And subscribe to motivate me to make more videos like this and just more Minecraft content in general. And yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see ya around next time.